Hi, this is Kerry Artek with Wicked Stocks, bringing you the daily Apple report for Tuesday, May 2nd, 2023. Before I click on the charts like this one, please click like if you would. Helps us out a great deal on being found on YouTube, and subscribe to the Wicked Stocks YouTube channel. By the way, we hit the 16,000 subscriber mark on YouTube. It's a new milestone for Wicked Stocks, and we couldn't have done it without your support and loyalty. And to show our appreciation, we're offering you an exclusive opportunity to access our premium content on wickedstocks.com. That membership includes the daily SPY report, the daily Triple Q report, 2 individual stock picks a week you never see on YouTube, 3 weekly reports that include the S&P 500, NASDAQ 100, and the long bond ETF, the TLT, all delivered on Sundays, the weeklies. And so for the next 24 hours, we're offering 30% off on our premium membership. So instead of $47 a month for everything I just mentioned, you can get it today for only $33. It's our biggest sale to date, and a great chance for you to take advantage of our analysis and maybe take your trading levels to the next, your trading skills to the next level. So for the next 24 hours, 30% off. Just check out with Wicked16. That is the code you enter, Wicked16, for 16,000 subscribers. Thank you very much, by the way, for your continued loyalty and support. Let's jump to the daily Apple report. We are testing long-term resistance. This has been a target really since January, when we came off the channel bottom, mentioning how the low 170 should be considered in reach by some point in 23. So we are at it. In fact, on the way up, about a month later, we had a 3 to 5 month indication for 171.14 when we closed above 134.13, that channel top. And then about a month and a half ago, we finally pushed through the low 160s, then putting it in the 2 to 3 week category. And so here we are. We haven't tested 171.14, but we are definitely in the 1% zone, which is 169.63 all week long for that 171.35 channel top. And you can see here, certainly testing it. We can now grow tired, if you will, in Apple and fall off in a meaningful way. I'm going to jump right to that right now in terms of the big picture. 162.59 is in reach over the next week or two. 153.59 by the end of January or sooner. 143.09 over the next 3 to 5 months or sooner. And so these levels are all rising gradually. And so by the end of next week or sooner, we can fall to 162.59, where we can bottom out on a weekly basis and quite possibly rally back into the low 170s. It would be a settlement below 162.59 that would signal 153.59 within another 2 to 3 weeks. And that's why I said within 2 to 3 months, 153.59 in reach, because you're giving the market a chance to bottom out for a week or more at 162.59. But closing below 162.59, 153.59, the next objective. Certainly stair step, but I will say that now that we're testing the low 170s, you should not discount the possibility for this 143.09 long-term channel bottom that is actually pushing into the 150s as we move into later June. So that is the big picture. Let's settle into the day itself. Well, actually, I'm going to continue with this diagram here because I think it's worth mentioning. We are testing long-term resistance. We don't have a sell signal. We're just testing a ceiling of resistance. And assuming it holds, and we don't know if it will, of course, but assuming it does, if you are a 1 to 2 week position trader, options trader, you could reach for 162 out of the money puts that don't expire for at least a couple of weeks. You might reach for 154 out of the money puts that don't expire for at least a couple of months, or 143 out of the money puts that don't expire for at least 6 months. So that's kind of the way I would say. Now, I know my numbers are a little different every day, but they're pretty close. I don't write any of this stuff down. I can't say that I'm winging it because I'm looking at this image here and it's pretty clear to me as to what the time frames will be. So in any event, 162.59 in reach between now and the end of next week. There's no sell signal at play, but I can go through the minor points. 167.63 is what are you? You are the high settlement price here from a couple of weeks ago. We pushed to this high. We fell off for a week and a half before taking it out. That is our intraday support. May well contain daily selling pressures. If we break 167.63, 165.72 is attainable today. That would be quite a sell-off today, but we've seen that kind of volatility in recent months. And if we break 167.63, we could, by the closing bell, test 165.72. Nothing more than a 5/8 downside Fibonacci over the last 4 days. And it can contain session weakness, but I don't think anything beyond that. If we close below 165.72 today, and I don't see that happening, but if so, we're just another day or two away from actually testing 162.59, which I say is in reach between now and the end of next week, and that could be in accelerated fashion over the next 3 to 5 days, perhaps. Upside, there's really nothing left to talk about. I mean, we've got 170. All of these levels are intersecting, are consistent with long-term resistance. There's this rising blue channel top that is at 170.88, but that is just below 171.14, which is that channel top on the daily chart, and just below, I might add, 171.35. So this is a big area. We have pushed into the 1% zone. We can grow tired, overbought here, and fall off from here in a meaningful way through the rest of the week and even perhaps through the rest of the second quarter. But if we close above 171.35, that's even on a daily basis, needs to be by a 1% margin. 173.06 or higher, a settlement today is a significant buy signal. It does need to follow up on Friday of the same, but really on an intra-week basis, we could rally to 176.29 quite easily. In fact, that is a resistance level I'm now following. That is a 3 to 5 day target above 173.06, 176.29, likely to contain daily buying pressures when tested, is rising at a pretty progressive pace. And then if we follow the week up then above 173.06, the 182.94 January 22 all-time high, then expected, I'll say 3 to 5 weeks or sooner. And overall, long-term, as I have been saying, a clear weekly settlement of 173.06 above one at or above 173.06, and we have a long-term buy signal to 217.40 and rising weekly. That would be considered a 5 to 8 month objective. I think is realistic. And so if we do close at 173.06 or higher today, I think you should probably liquidate those 162 puts or those 152 puts or 142 puts, whatever I'd said earlier, or whatever you may have been purchasing now or over the last couple of days. And liquidate those and reach, if you're a near-term trader, for 183 out of the money calls that don't expire for at least a month. You might go a couple of months out that. And over the next, I would go a year out on this option. And this channel top is rising into the 220s before we know it. It'll be, into the 230s by the end of the year. I'd go for a 220, 230 out of the money call that doesn't expire for at least a year if we close at 173.06 or higher, even on a daily basis. But once again, you want to follow up at the end of the week with the same settlement value. Once again, we're offering, because we hit the 16,000 mark, we're offering 30% off your first month subscription only for the next 24 hours. It's Wicked 16 at checkout, and you'll be set. Thank you for your continued support and loyalty. I'll be back tomorrow with Wednesday's Apple Report.